Hello, and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all about your next week. This is a timeless reading, so even if you're not watching this when I initially put it out, it will still apply to you, so it will just be the next 7 days for you. There are 4 piles to choose from. I suggest choosing the pile that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 4, the Knight of Cups, because the bee and the honey on this card remind me of watching an episode of Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat with somebody I was dating, which I highly recommend if you haven't seen. I think it's still on Netflix. I will put the timestamps in the description down below. Feel free to pause the video now so you can select your pile. Thank you. If you selected pile 1, the Sun, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Two of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So what is happening in the next week for my pile 1s? Let's start off with this Two of Swords. So within the next week, you are going to be at a crossroads when it comes to making a decision in your life. What is this decision about? You are stuck between this Page of Wands energy and this Hierophant energy. So the Hierophant is the card of tradition. It is also the card of traditional religion. And then the Page of Wands is a card of new creative ideas and having that spark to change and follow something new. So I'm hearing you're stuck between doing things like you've normally done them, or kind of chasing after this new idea that you've gotten in your head, or this new creative offer that you have been given. So you are this Queen of Swords energy, which is someone who is ruled by logic. So you do want to stick with the Hierophant, because if this is something that you've always done, you know that it's worked because you've always done it. So there is a little bit of the fear of unknown here with this Page of Wands. And I would like to clarify, this doesn't have to be anything like crazy, because realistically, we don't really have things, in our week-to-week life. Most of the time, everything stays pretty consistently the same. This could be something as small as someone has asked you out on a date and you're like, I don't know, I don't really date a lot, I don't know if I'm ready for that. It could be that someone wants you to go on a trip with them and you're like, I don't really like going out, I'm used to staying home, I need to stay home and clean or whatever. But you also know that part of you wants to be able to go out and experience these new things and have the fun and have the change. So what is it that you should do? Well, part of you, even though you're this logical Queen of Swords energy and you're used to doing whatever it is that you are leaning towards or that you kind of want to stay doing, recognizes this Eight of Swords energy that's at the end of your spread. Part of you recognizes that you could be limiting yourself or holding yourself back by trying to stay the same and have the same routine or stay in the same situation without trying something new. So there is this fear in the back of your mind that if you do not say yes to this opportunity, or if you do not go, that you will basically have a fear of missing out. And here's the thing. If you do go, you will have fun. You will enjoy it. And how do I know that? Your pile marker, the Sun, which is the happiest card in the tarot. So I suggest, if you're feeling a little scared about getting out of your comfort zone, just go for it. Because if you don't, I think you will regret it. You'll feel like maybe I held myself back, or I'm missing out on things because I'm too stuck in a certain path. And I think if you go, you will really enjoy it and have fun. So for the next week, you have this decision to make. Are you going to go do this new thing, or are you going to be in the same path, the same routine that you've always done? And it really is your decision to make. But like I said, you're going to have FOMO or you're going to have fun. So do with that what you will. All right, that is it for my pile ones. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 2, the Tower, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Okay, my pile 2s, so what will happen for the next week for you? Let's begin with your Two of Cups tarot card. So for this next week, the main focus of your week, or the main thing that's going to happen to you this week, is something to do with a relationship. And for a lot of you, this is a romantic prospect, but for some of you, this is like a friendship, a family member, someone you work with, a coworker, a boss, something like that. But like I said, for the majority of you, I do think that this is romantic because of this Two of Cups. This is a real relationship card. But it can also just mean really fulfilling partnerships with other people. So, like I said, friends or an employer coming towards you. And next to your Two of Cups, we have this Eight of Cups, which is an energy of having to move on from something. So, I'm hearing that this person is someone that in the past you have felt like you had to walk away from, or that you couldn't get too close to them. And why is that? We have the Ace of Swords in the middle. You felt like they weren't really being super forthcoming with what they meant, whether that meant their emotions or their intentions, or you just felt like they weren't completely honest with you about something. And I'm also hearing that for some of you, this person that is coming in this week or approaching you this week is not the same person that you had to leave behind. For some of you, you have just experienced in the past relationships, whether that be romantic or friendships, where the person wasn't forthcoming with their feelings, with their intentions, or they weren't honest with you. And so now this person that's coming in is bringing that energy that you were missing before, that you previously had to walk away from. But I am getting that for a lot of you, this is going to be the same person. So someone that in the past, maybe you didn't have to outright leave them, but you kind of distance yourself because you just weren't really sure that there was enough honesty coming from them for you to feel comomfortable being friends with them, being in a relationship with them, working with them, whatever. But this person, whether it's the same person or a new person, is approaching you with this Knight of Pentacles energy, which is very, very stable. If you look at the different knights in the tarot, the Knight of Pentacles has the only horse that has all of its hooves on the ground. So this person is approaching you this time with patience and honesty and this Ace of Swords energy. They're going to clarify anything that you were not understanding before about their intentions, about what they wanted with you. They're approaching you very respectfully and with patience and understanding that because of these past occurrences or the way they acted before, or the way other people acted before, you need to have time to process and make sense of this change in behavior. And that is what's going to bring you to the last card in your spread for next week. This beautiful Four of Wands energy, which is a card of celebration. And there also is some romantic underpinnings to this because the Four of Wands is the wedding card. So for some of you, this is about a person who previously you weren't sure how they felt about you coming forward and wanting to commit to you. And that could be in terms of a romantic relationship. You could have had a crush on someone, you weren't really sure how they felt, and so you distance yourself, and now they're saying, hey, sorry about that, I actually do really like you and I want to be in a relationship with you. This could be a friendship where you felt like the effort wasn't reciprocated and you weren't really sure if you were on the same page, and now they're coming towards you and saying, I'm sorry about that. I really want to work on building this relationship. Let's go do something fun together. It could be an employer who you felt like wasn't giving you enough direction, or you couldn't tell if they really appreciated the work you were putting in, and now they're coming towards you and saying, awesome job. And that is also coming through in your pile marker that you chose, the Tower, because I think this will be very shocking for you because of either the lack of clarity that you experienced in the past from this person or from another person. So this change in behavior will really surprise you. But overall, it looks pretty good. So go for it. Celebrate, the wins that you have, the relationships that you're beginning. And that's it for pile 2. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Lovers, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Chariot, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, Justice, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, my pile 3s, so what is happening in this next week for you? So right away, I'm picking up that there is a project that you have been working on or are currently working on. This could be something just fun for yourself, like a hobby or a vacation, a trip that you've been planning, or a project that you have at work, something like this. So with the Chariot as your first card in your spread, I'm hearing that this is something that you have been very, very passionate about. It's something that you feel like is kind of your like brain baby, like you've put a lot of work and effort into this, and you have the best grasp on this more than anyone else that has been working on this project. So like, for example, if you've been planning a vacation, it's something that you've been thinking about for a while. You've probably laid out all the places that you want to go. You've thought about where you want to eat, what places you want to visit, whatever. And you're really looking forward to it. You have it all planned out. You've been like sending the itineraries to people. You've been telling people the cost or whatever. And because it is so important to you, and you are the person who has done the most work on it, you are also very clear about which direction that it needs to go and the things that need to be finalized. And what I'm picking up is that there are other people that are working on this project that are attempting to make suggestions that are honestly probably not great ideas based on what you know. Like they might just not understand that it's not feasible, or they might just want to annoy you, who knows. But what I'm hearing is that you're going to have to put your foot down a little bit and say, listen, I want to be nice about this, and I want to be nice to everyone, but this is the way that it needs to be. I accept your suggestions, but it's not going to work. And I think you do have a little bit of anxiety about this because I just heard the words people pleasers. So some of you are people pleasers. You definitely don't want to rock the boat or cause any kind of argument or friction, but it's either going to be you have to concede on this point that's very important to you, or you have to put your foot down in a way that other people might not like in order to get things done correctly and in the way that you want. So what I'm hearing is next with this Two of Pentacles is that this is a very peculiar balance that you're trying to place. You want to make sure everyone's happy with what you're doing. You don't want to alienate anyone by putting your foot down, but also this is your thing that you've been working on. You know it best, and you have to set those boundaries and say, this is how it's going to be. And in the middle of your spread, we have this Nine of Wands energy, which is a card of kind of defensiveness or feeling like you have to watch your back. So I do feel like this is going to bother you a little bit, that you do have to assert yourself in this kind of way, and you're concerned that other people are going to be making judgments that you are like mean or you're overbearing or something. But I want to tell you, with this Justice card that is next in your spread, I would not worry about it. Justice is fair, so I'm getting that even if you have to put your foot down, what you're saying and what you're doing is fair. Your approach to things is fair. And I think people will be able to recognize that and understand that you are putting in the work to have the best outcome, even if it's not exactly how other people think it should be initially. And that is why at the end of your spread, you are coming through in this beautiful Queen of Wands energy, who's a very admirable person. This person is like the life of the party. People feel that they are very approachable and fun and exciting. So I think that in the end, despite this anxiety that you have about about having to assert yourself and put your foot down about something, people are still going to respect you and like you and want to be around you and want to go on this journey, on this trip, do this project with you, because they really admire both your ability to take charge and set the boundaries, and also to be kind of nice and forthcoming about everything. Like you're not here to make anyone feel bad, but you are here to get the best results. And that is coming through in your pile marker also, which is the Lovers. So I'm hearing that you are approaching this situation with compassion. And as long as you continue to do that, I don't think you need to worry too much about this feeling of anxiety or defensiveness that is coming through for this upcoming week. And with the Lovers, you also have the Chariot, the Two of Pentacles, and Justice, which are all cards about duality. So this week, that duality will definitely come through, not only for you, but for other people. They're going to see all the work that you've put in and the reason why you have to lay your foot down. And they're also going to see that you are a nice person and this is just something that you're very passionate about. And you're also passionate about making sure that other people feel seen and heard and comfortable, even as you set the standard. All right, my pile 3, that is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 4, the Knight of Cups, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Three of Cups, Strength, the Emperor, the Fool, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, my pile 4s, so what is in store for this upcoming week for you? Immediately, we have the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration. So this week, you are going to be celebrating something. You could have an actual party or have a surprise party thrown for you. You could go out for drinks at a bar or something like that, or it could be something less formal. Maybe you just have a nice dinner with your friends or family, or you get a lot of congratulations texts from people, happy birthday texts if it's your birthday. And what exactly is it that we're celebrating? We have Strength, which is the things that you have overcome. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, this is conquering kind of a daunting task. So it could be that you were accepted into the university that you applied for, you got a job offer, you passed your driving test, you got an award for the poetry that you've been writing, something along those lines. And I am hearing that for a lot of you, this is in relation to a creative endeavor like the poetry, or maybe you submitted your art to some contest, you've won a contest of some kind, and that is coming through because of the Knight of Cups, which has a very creative energy. But it could also be, if it's your birthday, you made it through another year. That might have been pretty difficult for you this past year. And who is going to be part of this celebration? Well, we have the Emperor and the Fool next to each other. And when I see this combination, a lot of the times it indicates to me like a father figure and a child. So your father in particular could be someone who wants to celebrate whatever this is for you. It could be another authority figure in your life, though. With the Emperor, it does not have to be a father or a masculine figure. So authority could be parent, teacher, employer, something like that. It could also just represent an Aries or a person who has a prominent Aries placement in their natal chart. And I think you are this Fool energy, which in relation to the Emperor is like a mentee to the mentor. So I do think this Emperor is someone that either you look up to or has power over you. And you are in this Fool energy because you've embodied the feeling of this Strength card. You've overcome something that was a little bit difficult for you. You've tamed something that previously seemed like a beast and now is kind of this docile thing that's at your feet. You've accomplished something that you didn't know if you could accomplish before, whether that was making it through the year, getting the job, getting accepted into something, winning the contest, whatever. And now, because you have accomplished this, you are at the start of a new journey. You are going to move forward with whatever this thing is that you were celebrating. And with this 9 of Pentacles at the end of your spread, I'm hearing independence. So for a lot of you, what this boils down to, whatever the thing you're celebrating is, it boils down to independence. This is something that you did largely by yourself, which is not to say that you didn't have help or you didn't have people supporting you. But this is something that you really had to put in the work for on your own and manage yourself for it. And that is one of the reasons why people are celebrating this for you and really proud of you. And I'm also hearing that for some of you, this authority figure is going to give you money either as a gift, or if you like entered the contest, for example, then the Emperor could represent the person in charge of this contest and they will be giving you a cash reward or some kind of material benefit, because the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, not the 9 of Swords, is a card of material abundance. So I'm definitely getting that you will feel a little bit richer this week and you will have a lot of fun. So that is it for my pile 4. Thank you for watching this reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a video once a week. Take care.